Hello folks, today I'm going to show you on this beautiful buck 110 right here how to disassemble the scales, take the scales off the liners and prep it and get it ready for putting new scales on it. It's an older model. I'd have to look up the stamp on it, but I believe it's around 2005. But what I'm going to do here to remove these scales is to take off these take these pins, grind them down, and then the spring pin, I'll grind it down and I'll take them all off, and I'll show you how to do that process. Okay, first of all, we got to grind off these pins, heads, these three here, and we'll flip it over and grind these pin heads off here. And then we're only going to grind off the pin head on the spring back spine, just the one side, because we're going to be knocking it through. So I will use a Dremel tool for this, and I'll get started. This side's done. Turn it over to the other side. Okay, now we're going to take off just one side of the spring pin. And I'll show you why here in a second. Okay. I don't have to take off both sides of the spring pin because we're going to drive this through now. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, now we're going to take the spring pin out in the middle here. Just tap it through. You can see that. It's a stainless spring pin. We're going to save this. Okay, that's out. We'll save that and actually reuse it. Okay, we're gonna. You'll see what I do when I go to put when I put the knife back together. Spring back in and the blade in place. I'll put it back in through the liners and it'll recess into the liner, and I'll cut it off and peen the other side, and we'll reuse this. Okay, now to take off the scales, we'll get it started with a razor blade. I like to use a razor blade. Put it between the liner and the spring, or I'm sorry, the liner and the scale. Give it a tap, get it started, and then I take a tool here and pry it off. Pardon me. Be gingerly with this because these are brass liners and they will bend. Okay, we'll set this aside. Other side. Stick the razor blade between the scale and the liner. Get it started. Start prying it off. Take your prying tool and gingerly take it off. Okay. Pardon me. Them are both off. Now, save these because you use them for patterns, to trace out the new scales that you're going to put on a knife before you put it together. I need a pair of nippers. We'll nip these off as close to the liners as possible. Okay, now we'll take the spring out. Set that aside. And then the spring itself, it sits in here in a groove. I just give it a little tap. And it comes right out. There it is. Now that'll go back in there in that little slot in the back of the bolster when we put it together. This is the actual spring for the lock back spine. Okay. Now we'll just get these out as much as possible. Open the blade back up. This one needs to be cut. I need to go in there and there it is. Now we just tap them out. That's it. Okay, that's a part. And it's ready to go. In this video I showed you how to do this. The next video I'm going to show you how I make the scales for it and put it together. That'll be in the second video. Probably be 3 videos of the series, and I'll show you how it's all done. But don't lose these parts, because you'll need them to put it back together. There you have it. That's how you take the scales off a buck 110. Okay, you can see one of my videos on my channel here on this Uncle Henry that I just completed. This was done with a birch burl from Finland. Very beautiful grain pattern. This wood's getting rarer and rarer, so I'm starting to use it more often. But here I put it on this Uncle Henry, and you can see this one that I did. It's got a carved spine with a vine pattern on it. You can watch my video on how I carved that spine. And I got the video of the whole knife where you can actually see it all together again. But on this buck 110 here now, I'm thinking about going with some mammoth tooth maybe. I haven't worked with it yet, but I might get another burl or something really cool anyways. But that'll be in the next video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, and I got a lot of great knife repair videos coming up, and I'm going to start showing you folks how to repair knives, how to clean them up, how to give an old knife new life, and you can learn a lot from it. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and we'll see you in the future videos. Thank you. Have a great night, folks. Peace.